Hello career hunters, welcome back to Job Search with Misra and Afika. In this video, we're focusing on crafting a killer resume or CV that stands out from the pile. Before we begin, let me make this clear. Resume and curriculum vitae, or CV, are similar, and they serve the same purpose, which is to sell your expertise and experiences. In this video, although the term CV will be used, things can also apply to a resume. Now let's get to business. The first thing you need to do in crafting your CV is read and understand the job description. Read it carefully and find out what is required. Pay attention to the language. Highlight the skills, qualifications, and experiences the employers are expecting for the role advertised. Once you are done with that, proceed with the next step, which is to tailor your CV to fit the role. This is where the magic happens. Let me break it down for you. First, write a professional summary. This is going to be your hook. Emphasize your major achievements and directly tie them to what the employer is looking for. For example, instead of saying experienced researcher with years of experience, try this. Secured over £1 million in research grants and authored 20 publications in top-tier journals in the last 3 years. See the difference? It's specific, impactful, and relevant. Next, list only relevant experiences. Choose from your work history, projects, or volunteer gigs that align with the job description. Don't worry about the sequence right now, just get it all down. What's important is to use action verbs and adjectives. These words will serve as keywords that demonstrate your relevant competencies. For example, words like facilitate, lead, and mentor demonstrate that you are capable of leading and guiding others. Apart from the action verbs and adjectives, it is crucial to provide the evidence of your experience. The evidence here does not imply a hard copy of a certificate or a document that you must show off to prove that you have done what you did. The evidence here simply means a description of how you did what you did. For example, in my CV, I state that my role as an academic developer is to provide one-to-one support to academic staff. To provide evidence to that, I continue the statement by giving more details. In this statement, I added, in applying for HEA fellowship and developing and redesigning curriculum at different levels of study. In the next statement, I stated that I facilitate academic staff in developing and delivering online distance program and monitor module leaders. The details I provided here proves that I have the capability to facilitate and monitor colleagues in a particular aspect. In this case, the aspect that I am good at is online distance program. Apart from what I have already said, you can also provide evidence using numbers. For example, I state in my CV that I have achieved scores between 4.2 and 4.8 over 5.0 in student evaluation of teaching. I also spelled out that I initiated and developed a blended course that catered for over 1,000 students and 14 language teachers. From these examples, you can see that not only the numbers can evidence my experience, but also help impress potential employers. Going back to my point earlier, the description of your experience and skills should demonstrate what you did and how you did them. The details included in your statement become the evidence of your experience. The bottom line is, you need to tailor your CV to the job you aim to apply for. To do this, always match the language in the job description. This applies to other sections in your CV. For example, tailor your education section to showcase courses or degrees required for the role. This will demonstrate your technical or core skills, which can be crucial for the shortlisting. Once you have got all the details tailored to the job description, it is time to craft the style of your CV. The style or the format of a CV can vary, so you do not need to worry too much about how your CV looks. What matters is that your CV must be neat and readable. To ensure that your CV is neat and readable, you can reorder your skills and experiences by sections. Qualifications or educational background is commonly demonstrated at the beginning of the CV. This is to allow others to identify your technical and core skills that are relevant to their requirements from the moment they start reading your CV. What comes next can be your relevant experiences and other achievements. Having sections in your CV will also demonstrate how organized you are. That is killing two birds with one stone. Next, make sure you present the most current experience first. This means you need to highlight your present role at the top of your experience section, and the previous role should come later. Include the date or year to show the currency and duration of the role you hold. To describe your role, present the most relevant experience first. For example, if you're a researcher applying for a teaching role, you need to highlight your teaching experience up front. Any experiences related to research should come after that. Let me show you an example. As someone who holds a postdoctoral role, Sheena has experiences in mentoring and supervising research students. She is also given the responsibility to deliver a number of training sessions to postgraduate students. Since Sheena is interested in applying for a teaching role, she needs to demonstrate that she has the relevant experience required for the role. Therefore, in her CV, instead of describing her research activities, Sheena needs to prioritize her teaching experiences. This is how her CV should look. In describing her role, Sheena stated her responsibilities relevant to teaching. All her research roles come later in the description. So this is what I meant by presenting your most relevant experience first. Next, you need to keep things concise. This means you should only state what is relevant and avoid lengthy statements. Use bullets rather than paragraphs to demonstrate your experiences and skip the pronoun I in each statement. The CV is yours anyway, so people will know it was your experience that you are referring to. The next bit is language. Make sure you use the correct tenses. Use present tense to showcase your current role and experiences, and past tense to refer to your previous roles. As shown in this example, all action verbs are used in the present tense because they describe the current role. At the bottom is the previous role. As you can see, all the action verbs used are in the past tense. This is what I meant by using the correct tenses. Next, check that the font, style, and size used in your CV are consistent throughout. The common style is sans serif and the size is 11 or 12. It doesn't matter what style and size you use, as long as they are consistently used throughout your CV. Be consistent with the heading and subheading style too. You want to look organized and neat and not the other way around. Finally, if you are crafting your CV for industry roles, stick to 1 to 2 pages. For academia, aim for 4 to 5 pages max. Unless you're applying for a senior position, no recruiter wants to read a novel. Alright, let's wrap this up with final edits and reviews. Edit ruthlessly. Fix typos, awkward phrasing, and grammar issues. Compare against the job description again and again. Ask yourself, does this highlight the key skills they want? Are my achievements quantified? Do the phrases I use match their language? The best option is get a second opinion. Ask a friend, mentor, or career expert to review it. It is even better to hire a professional proofreader. Fresh eyes usually catch things you might miss. So there you have it, a tailored, impactful resume that screams, hire me. What you need to remember is personalize your CV for every job you plan to apply. Use action verbs and quantifiable achievements. Align it with the job description. And don't stress. This is an evolving process. The more you practice, the better you'll get in personalizing and tailoring your CV to the role advertised. If this video helped, smash that like button, share with your circle of friends and families, and subscribe for more job hunting tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.